I used to love playing video games, man. I enjoyed it so much. The thrill when there's only like 6 people left in the final zone and you're like sneaking around hoping no one sees you, and then like you climb on top of someone's base, yeah, you're trying to land a snipe on someone, but then you get like double sniped in the back of the head and then you die and you're annoyed at it. I don't even know, bro. That's just one specific memory I have. I absolutely adored Fortnite, man. I was always like sweating to be the best in everything. I had my Fortnite YouTube channel. My life was just Fortnite, Fortnite, Fortnite. And that is the exact reason that I quit. When I was at school or doing chores, I absolutely hated it. I just wanted to get back into the game. It was all I could think about. I loved it when I was in the game. I hated it when I wasn't. I'm gonna tell you a story now. Every Sunday, me and my family would all get into my dad's old van and we'd drive maybe 20, 30 minutes to some like recreational area. It's like a forest or a lake or somewhere where you can just like ride your bikes around it or walk around it. And we'd just go there as a family and be a normal family and just have fun. But I hated it. And do you know why I hated it? Because there was a Fortnite tournament on at the exact same time that would go out. So every week I'd miss this Fortnite tournament. And while I was out with my family, I was just thinking about the Fortnite tournament. Oh, will I be back in time to play the Fortnite tournament? Oh, will I be able to do... And this perfect time that I was spending with my family, probably the most valuable time you can spend out in nature with your family, all I could think about was Fortnite, Fortnite, Fortnite. And that is my first point. Video games control your life. This perfect time with my family, I couldn't enjoy it because I was just thinking about playing my little video game. It was controlling me. It was in my head, it was controlling what I was doing, it was stopping me from being happy. And even when I was playing, it was filling up my time that I could have spent doing something productive, like just going outside like a normal kid. It takes away from your productivity and everything. Like, if I wasn't such a Fortnite addict, I probably would have had better school grades at that time. And it drains your like energy and your mental capacity because you're thinking about the video game and you don't rest when you're playing video games. You can't relax while you're playing video games. If you really think while you're thinking about like the best tactics and what to do next in the video game, do you really think your brain is resting when you're doing that? It's not all this dopamine and bright colors and everything. Your brain does not rest. And that dopamine thing, that brings me on to my next point. Video games ruin your mental health. So this is probably about a year ago maybe. I didn't find video games fun at all. Like, I had this game, it was called DayZ. It was like an MMO zombie apocalypse game where you could like free roam and take other players' stuff and everything. And I played that for like hours and hours every day, just trying to become the best on this one like server I was playing. And I hated it, bro, because I found it so boring playing. Like, I had nothing else to do. Nothing felt fun anymore. Video games were sort of like my baseline. If I didn't play them, I'd just feel terrible. And I had nothing else that was fun to do. But then one day, I got a message from one of my friends, and he told me to get this game called Phasmophobia. It was like a ghost hunting game and stuff. Pretty cool concept. I'd never played a horror game before at that point. So I bought the game, I downloaded it, I started playing it with him. And it was really, really, really fun. I loved it, bro. I'd never played a horror game before, so it was like a totally new thing for me. It was scary as hell, and I loved it. And I loved it for 10 minutes until it got boring. Because after those 10 minutes, the game wasn't new anymore. When it was new, it was fun. When I just started playing, I didn't know anything about the game. I didn't know that there were different ghost types, and I didn't know that the ghost can only kill you at this certain time. So I was scared the whole time, and I found it fun because it was new. But then as soon as I'd finished my first game and I'd learned all about it, it wasn't fun anymore. It was just a drag. It was old, and it wasn't fun. I got all this dopamine from all these video games to the point where dopamine doesn't even feel good anymore. So when I got this new video game, it gave me loads and loads and loads of dopamine. So I felt a bit good for a while, but then after 10 minutes, that video game wasn't new anymore. So then the dopamine went back down and I started feeling normal again. Actually, I felt worse than I felt before. And what I'm saying is video games, they give you so much dopamine, you feel so good when you're playing them. But then as soon as you turn them off, you're not getting that dopamine anymore and you're used to that high level of dopamine. So then when you haven't got that dopamine anymore in real life, so then everything in your real life feels boring. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, I'm gonna ask you to like, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe, I'm going to ask you to comment on the video. And yeah, goodbye.